So, we're going to read our next chapter, which was, I think I read the 6th chakra, right? No, I didn't. That's what we're on right now, the 6th chakra. The 6th chakra. Lesson: seek only the truth. Power is wisdom, strength, intellectual skills, evaluation of insights, receiving inspiration, generating wisdom from experience. Ooh, shadow. Defining the truth in self-serving ways. This chakra resonates with the pineal gland, which is located behind and between your eyes and is so often called the third eye. The center of wisdom in the body. Its power affects the intellect and your ability to articulate vision and inspiration. While we may be able to envision endless dreams and possibilities, we still need an instrument that is skilled at focusing attention and applying imagination. A focused mind and a disciplined imagination are two of the strengths associated with the 6th chakra. Once you have the seed of an idea, your 6th chakra helps give it shape. You run the idea through your intelligence to see if you can work with it. You evaluate the idea intellectually and decide whether you want to manage the birth of this idea into physical form. On the physical level, your 6th chakra mobilizes your intellect and attitudes to deal with any situation and communicate your ideas to those involved. This is also the energy center that empowers our attitudes, beliefs, memories, and the overall character of our rational mind. Whether we are fair and open-minded or judgmental and limited in our capacity to consider new ideas is a manifestation of how we direct the power of this chakra. When we speak of creating our own reality, we are referring to the 6th chakra laboratory in which that process occurs. When Thomas Edison needed to solve a problem with one of his inventions, he would engage in what we would call today active dreaming. He would sit in a rocking chair with the question in mind, rock slowly and rhythmically while holding a small ball in each hand. When one of the balls dropped out of his hand, signaling that he'd begun to doze, the sound of it hitting the floor would awaken him. Edison would then recall what he had been visualizing or dreaming about at that moment, and more often than not, it was a potential solution to his problem, or at least a step in the right direction. He was gaining access to his unconscious, allowing his inventor archetype to free rein to interact with his 6th chakra. Once the solution had presented itself to him, he would weigh its implications and see how best to employ the latest bit of inspiration. Sir Isaac Newton, besides being a great scientific philosopher, was also deeply involved in alchemy and theology. Although he is now considered the embodiment of the rational mind, he relied greatly on the imaginative power of his 6th chakra. Newton felt that his imagination gained prominence as the sun went down, and that his intellect tended to take over as the sun came up. He would work until 1 or 2 in the morning, then go to sleep for a few hours, allowing his imagination to go to work. When he awoke, he would invoke his intellect to give shape to the ideas and fantasies that had been spawned while he was sleeping. A man named Hank feels that his musician archetype, so it's interesting, a man named Hank, I'm working with a friend right now on a project that involves a marketplace that he's calling Hank's Marketplace. Sometimes I call those God nods. A man named Hank feels that his musician archetype best projects the power of his sixth chakra because he creates music that reflects my own reality. Although Hank has yet to make a name for himself, he believes that his psyche and soul are in complete harmony with the musician in him. I felt directed to write music since high school, he says. My world is constructed around this part of myself. Most of my mental energy is directed toward feeding the power of this archetype within me. And because this connection is so strong, it does not occur to me that I will fail. The use of visualization and positive thinking to maintain or restore physical health is an example of directing the power of the sixth chakra. The sixth chakra imagines a body that is free of illness and then pushes this energetic vision into the fifth, fourth, and remaining chakras to utilize their power as a united system to rebuild the physical form. The blueprint for this overall healing, however, begins in the mind. The energy of the sixth chakra connects with all other power centers in the body. I have one story that I can relate this to. My son, Bodhi, who is now passed away, had cerebral palsy, and his diagnosis was very bleak. He was not supposed to eat, walk, talk, all those things. Put him in a hospital. He'll never survive. You're too young, blah, blah, blah. Well, I didn't listen, and it never occurred to me that he wouldn't be successful. Not one time did it occur to me that, oh, he won't be successful. No, I was like, whatever. That's just somebody else's opinion and thought. So we stumbled upon this educational camp called Conductive Education, which was started in Budapest, Hungary. And their theory was to help children with severe disabilities walk, talk, eat, all that stuff. Well, the theory is because the brain has been damaged and it won't do what it's supposed to do, you move the body, and the body then sends the message to the brain, and the brain eventually picks it up and does what it's supposed to do. So that's what we did. I would take him into the camp, and he would have two conductors, teachers, on one side of him and me on the other, and we would move, and he would hold onto a moving ladder, not with wheels, and the conductors would move his legs, and I would pull the ladder as I was sitting on a rolling chair, and they would make him move his legs, and he did learn to walk. He learned to stand, he learned to sit, he learned to eat, because we encouraged the body to do what it was supposed to do, and then the brain picked up the signals. So it's pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the story we just read about Hank. Anyway, have a blessed day. Create your own reality.